Why silence is your greatest teacher. In the relentless hum of modern life, honking cars, endless conversations, and smartphone notifications, silence feels like a rare luxury. Yet, through the lens of Buddhist teachings, silence is far more than the absence of noise. It is a profound teacher, guiding us toward awakening, deep understanding, and inner peace. Silence invites us to listen to ourselves, embrace life's truths, and open our hearts to the world with compassion. Let's explore why silence, more than any lecture or book, can be your most powerful guide. Silence guides you to the heart of mindfulness. Mindfulness, sati, in Buddhism is the art of living fully in the present moment, free from the pull of the past or worries about the future. Silence is the gateway to this state. When you turn off the external noise, even for just a few minutes, you begin to hear the gentle whisper of your breath, the soft rhythm of your heartbeat, or the thoughts drifting through your mind like passing clouds. This isn't emptiness, it's presence in its purest form. Picture an early morning on your porch, with no sound but the rustle of leaves in the breeze. In that silence, you notice how your mind wanders, regretting yesterday's argument or fretting about tomorrow's tasks. Silence teaches you to observe these thoughts without being swept away. The Buddha taught that the mind is like a guest, coming and going. Mindfulness is the host who smiles at the guest without clinging. Silence helps you become that host, awake and free. Silence isn't about escaping life, it's about truly living it. Try sitting quietly for 5 minutes a day, focusing on your breath. You'll find your mind settling, like a still lake reflecting the sky. Silence reveals the truth of impermanence. Buddhism teaches that everything is impermanent, anicca, joy, sorrow, even our very selves shift with each passing moment. In the rush of daily life, we often forget this truth, grasping at what cannot last. Silence is the teacher that brings us face to face with impermanence, gently and without judgment. Imagine sitting under an ancient tree, listening only to the wind weaving through its branches. A leaf falls, softly touching the ground. In that quiet moment, silence shows you that everything, sounds, emotions, even pain, arises and fades. A fleeting anger in your mind dissolves when you don't feed it. A small joy, like the scent of rain-soaked earth, passes too. Silence teaches you that there's no need to hold on or push away, you simply witness. In the Diamond Sutra, the Buddha described all things as a dream, a bubble, a shadow. Silence lets you experience this truth not just as words, but as a living reality. When you embrace impermanence, the fear of loss or the urge to control fades, replaced by a quiet ease. Silence is a mirror reflecting impermanence. Sit still and watch a single emotion. It arises, lingers, and passes. This practice helps you let go, flowing with the rhythm of life. Silence illuminates your inner world. One of Buddhism's deepest teachings is that true wisdom comes from knowing yourself. Yet, in the noise of daily life, we often run from ourselves, seeking distraction in work, social media, or endless chatter. Silence demands that we pause and look within, a journey that is both challenging and liberating. Picture yourself in a dimly lit room, with only the glow of a single candle. In silence, you begin to see the hidden corners of your heart, a lingering sadness, a forgotten dream, or a belief that holds you back. Silence doesn't judge, it simply invites you to observe. At first, facing these feelings may feel unsettling, but this very act of facing them is the start of growth. A story tells of a man who approached the Buddha, asking how to end his suffering. The Buddha replied, "Sit still and look into your mind." In silence, the man saw that his pain stemmed from clinging to what could not be changed. Silence became his teacher, revealing the truth of who he was. Silence is a mirror for your soul. Take a moment each day to sit quietly, doing nothing but listening. You'll uncover parts of yourself hidden by noise, finding freedom in the discovery. Silence nurtures compassion. Buddhism is not just a personal path but a journey of compassion, metta, spreading love to all beings. Silence is where compassion takes root. When you stop speaking, stop reacting, you start truly listening, to yourself, to others, and to the world. Think of a time you sat with a grieving friend, saying nothing, just being there. Your silence spoke volumes, understanding, shared humanity. In meditation, Buddhism teaches us to direct our hearts toward loving kindness. May I be at peace, may you be happy, may all beings be free. Silence creates the space for these wishes to grow, undisturbed by hurried thoughts. Silence also fosters self-compassion. As you sit quietly and notice how harshly you've judged yourself, criticizing a mistake or demanding perfection, silence teaches you to forgive. It reminds you that you, too, deserve kindness, just like everyone else. Silence is the soil where compassion grows. Try meditating and sending wishes of peace to yourself, then to someone you love, and finally to all beings. Your heart will feel lighter, more open. Silence forges discipline and inner strength. Discipline, sila, in Buddhism is the commitment to a meaningful life, and silence is where this discipline is honed. To be truly silent, you must choose it. Choose to turn off your phone, choose not to snap back at a harsh word, choose to sit still when your mind wants to flee. This choice isn't easy, but it builds a resilient mind. Imagine starting your day with 10 minutes of meditation, focusing solely on your breath. Some days, your mind will wander, itching to check messages or plan your day. But each time you gently bring it back to your breath, you're forging inner strength. The Buddha's Noble Eightfold Path highlights right effort. And silence is where you practice this effort, moment by moment. Silence also teaches patience. During meditation, time may feel slow, but this patience strengthens you for life's challenges. A heated argument, a stressful workday, or a deep sorrow, silence is a forge for discipline. Commit to a small act, like 5 minutes of meditation daily, and watch it transform you, making you steady like a mountain in a storm. Silence teaches you to let go and be free. Finally, silence teaches the art of letting go, a cornerstone of Buddhist practice. We cling to what's familiar, a relationship, a fear, or an idea of who we are. In silence, we see that all of it is fragile, like ripples on a stream. Picture yourself sitting by a creek, hearing only the water's flow. A leaf drifts by, then disappears around a bend. Silence shows you that everything, joy, pain, dreams, is like that leaf on the stream. You don't need to hold it tightly, you just let it pass. The Buddha taught that suffering comes from clinging, and silence is how we practice letting go, not with indifference, but with trust in life's natural flow. In silence, you realize you don't need to be anyone or achieve anything to be whole. Happiness is already here, in each breath, in each moment you're truly present. Silence is an invitation to let go. Sit quietly and let a thought, whether worry or desire, pass without holding on. You'll feel the freedom of simply being. Silence, your ever-present teacher. Silence doesn't boast or demand, it simply waits to teach you when you're ready to listen. Through the lens of Buddhism, it becomes your guide to mindfulness, impermanence, self-discovery, compassion, discipline, and freedom. Silence doesn't ask you to reach a perfect destination, it only invites you to be here, now. Find a quiet corner, even for a few minutes. Sit down, close your eyes, and listen to your breath. Feel the breeze, the birds, or even your heartbeat. Let silence lead the way, and you'll discover that your greatest teacher has been with you all along, waiting to be heard.